Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Davey Deathray here. How y'all doing? Holy cow, there is all this pink around me. What is going on? What is happening here? I guess it's the week of Valentine's Day, and it's time to knock out some of these Valentine's horror movies. But guys, I totally blew it because today is the 45th anniversary. Well, it's the 45th anniversary of the US release of My Bloody Valentine from 1981. 45th anniversary, yeah. But the Canadian release, it is a Canadian film. The Canadian release date is February 13th. So maybe there is time for me to right this wrong. Although some wrongs can't be righted now, can they? However, we are going to watch a little bit of Heart Eyes tonight, which is a movie from 2025 that I quite enjoyed a bit. Admittedly, we don't have a lot of these Valentine's Day horror movies, and not enough of them are really good or a little bit better than just like passable. I think Heart Eyes is a lot of fun. Now, I only watched it the one time. I saw it in the theater last year. Thought it was pretty, yeah, cute, fun-loving, all that kind of good stuff. Hallmark horror, whatever you want to call it. But I appreciate these movies that are just, you know, they make no qualms with what they are. And not every movie needs to be some like super serious slasher or anything like that. We can have a little bit of spice in our horror subgenres now, can't we? So I'm looking forward to this one. This movie is streaming on Netflix, and I'm actually going to grab another link for you guys. Just in case you don't have Netflix, maybe you would like to watch it somewhere else. I'm going to drop a link here. So let's see, watch Heart Eyes here, and it's just going to be a little link there to a website that you could watch for free if you wanted to. But of course, if you have Netflix, then that's probably going to be a better copy and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, so there we go. Just wanted to put that there in the chat. Gosh, I should get like a poll going or something fun for you guys here, but let's go ahead and say what's up to everybody. We'll get the movie rolling, and then I can jump on in and throw some polls in the chat and do all that kind of fun stuff. Really quick, before I get too far ahead of myself, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss a damn thing. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you extra. Guys, the watches that we get on the replays are huge for the channel. Make sure you hit that hype button if you dig what you're seeing here. Now, obviously, I can't show the movie on the screen, but I am going to get a little stopwatch going. So there you go. You could watch on from the link that is pinned in the chat. You can go to Netflix if you'd like. Maybe you have your own copy because you're that badass and cool. I don't know. Could be. But I'm going to say what's up to everybody, and then we'll get this thing rolling. We got Lamontre Giller jumping in to say, what's up? How are you doing, sir? Antonis Andriotis, one of our great channel members, jumping on in. Man, I'm really liking this pink. I don't know what it is. It's just it's vibrant, you know? We got Mr. Shot by Shot. What's happening, Shotty? How you doing, brother? Hope you are well. We got Joe from Media Poop Shoot. Guys, make sure you subscribe over to Media Poop Shoot if you don't already. Throw Joe a sub. He is not only a great channel member here, but a theater going buddy. We usually just chat about the movies or just sit silently next to each other watching a movie. It's a very agreeable relationship. Joe says, I don't know if I can watch on the phone and keep the stream up, but I'll try. No worries, Joe. I totally get you. Just play the movie in your head, close your eyes, visualize the movie, and listen to me talk about it. How about that? If you can't get both to work. We got Dave Vanderhoff jumping on in. How are you doing, Dave? Guys, Dave put together this beautiful tombstone back there that says Davey Deathray. It's got the year established for the channel, all that cool stuff. Dave does these really awesome tombstones. Now, you can't see every little bit of detail from how far back it is, but I did a video where you can take a look at the whole unboxing and everything like that. And if you go follow Dave on Instagram, I believe it's Horror Movie and a Beer. Yeah, Dave's got a whole bunch of really cool stuff. He puts a lot of love into those tombstones. Thank you so much again for that, Dave. I'll probably mention it every time you jump in. So get ready for that. Adrian James, how you doing, buddy? Welcome on in. We got Miss Jamie Hart, our original Death Squad mod, our mama mod, and one of our channel members. She says, on Wednesdays, we wear pink. Is that a Mean Girls thing? That sounds like a Mean Girls thing, but guys, I gotta be honest, I saw it one time in the theater. I don't remember it very much, but I remember that a lot of people really love that movie. So I'm just guessing. You think Heart Eyes is overrated or My Bloody Valentine is overrated? I don't think Heart Eyes could ever be overrated, at least not at this point. Maybe in 20 years when people try to look back and they're like, Heart Eyes was the greatest horror movie of 2025, because that will happen. That'll happen in like 2050 or something like that. What's happening? Eli Cortez, how you doing, buddy? So great to see you. Super Trooper Davey, yeah, with my mustache. I got a lot of people this weekend in the chat. They were saying Coke dealer from the 80s, 70s cop, 70s porn star. Those two could kind of intermingle at some point. I said that I was the guy that wants to date your mom. That's the one that I put out there. I've heard all sorts of interesting comparisons there. I've seen some in the comments too. You guys have been very sweet about the mustache. I don't know how long it's going to be here. I don't know. I think I feel a little bit stupid with it. I don't know. I'm not convinced that it looks good, but I appreciate you guys being kind to me about it at the very least. There you go. Eli reminding you guys to like and sub and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, Eli. Really appreciate you. Let's see who else we got going on here. We got Sean G, another one of our great channel members. How you doing, Sean? Welcome on in, brother. Hope you are doing well. Oh gosh, and StreamYard is still doing the thing. I have to like shoot them a message because it'll be nothing. I just got like 20 messages that just dropped right in as if the chats all came in at the same time. Oh my goodness. We got Blucka hanging out here. How you doing, Blucka? Thank you so much for joining us. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. We are going to get the movie going. I just want to say hello to everybody. I totally get you, Dave. Man, luckily, you know, I have talked about the trailers and everything. I've delved into them and I've postulated and theorized and all that stuff. I haven't heard anything that's is like a spoiler or anything. So I've been very lucky. My channel's not big enough for people to harass me about it like they do with Lee from Drum Dums. So there's that. There is that. We got Linda, one of our great channel members, jumping on in. How are you doing, Linda? So good to see ya. Hell yeah. Let's see what else. Mean Girls reference. I figured. If you're not wearing pink, you can't sit with us. Well, there you go. I'm not wearing pink, but I have pink all around. Prince jumps in to say, Hard Eyes, you're a freaking genius, right on time on the Valentine wind season. Yes. However, I did F up because I should have done My Bloody Valentine from 81. For some reason, I thought I already watched that on this channel, or maybe I've just seen so many other people watching it. I don't know. Teal Kit says, this one's fire. Enjoy, everyone. Can't hang with you today. Busy finishing my Friday the 13th marathon. Will you enjoy, Teal Kit? Thank you for jumping in to say what's up. Appreciate you. Eli Cortez drops an 18-month member chat. That's right. If you're a channel member, you can drop chats that celebrate how many months you've been a member. And Eli says, love you, brother. Keep up the amazing content. Thank you so much, Eli. I appreciate you. Yeah, guys, whole bunch of live streams. Check the page because usually I don't plan them out this far ahead. I'm trying to get ahead of it a little bit. So I'm live tonight, obviously. On Friday, I'm going to do kind of triple time. We're going to do 2 Friday the 13th streams. So we're going to do the live audience tier maker ranking where you guys vote on the different iterations of Jason Voorhees. So we're going to have every single iteration of Jason Voorhees within the canon. I'm also going to include Ghost Jason from Never Hike Alone because Vin is a buddy and I love those movies. And fuck it, it's my channel. I do what I want. So we're going to do that on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. 11 p.m. Eastern, we are going to watch the Friday the 13th remake right here on YouTube. And then at about 1:15 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on Shay Rant's channel. We are going to watch Scream 5. So I'm going to be very busy this weekend. Oh, and I almost forgot. On Saturday, I'm bringing Davey Science Theater 3000 back. Remember that? A lot of you probably don't. I watched a bunch of old movies, kind of poked fun at them. It wasn't like I was totally tearing them apart or anything like that, but I was trying to be as funny as I could while watching movies like Carnival of Souls and White Zombie, Night of the Living Dead, all that kind of stuff. We are bringing Davey Science Theater 3000 back on Saturday night, Valentine's Day. We are going to rip into Jamie Blanks' Valentine from 2001. And now I know what you're saying. You're probably like, but Davey, I really like that movie. And I'm like, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with liking Valentine from 2001. There are things about the movie that I like. Now, as an entire piece, as a Valentine-themed slasher whodunit, I think it fails in a lot of ways. Just as a movie, I think it fails in a lot of ways, actually. But it's not like the movie is devoid of joy. Watching it can still be fun because seeing some of the performance decisions, especially by Jessica Capshaw, which we'll get to, the movie was just kind of messy, kind of fun. I'm going to make fun of it, so just get ready for that. That's Saturday night. Bring your favorite quips and all that kind of stuff as well, or you can show up in the chat and totally defend the movie. You could do that also. So there you go. We got a lot going on the channel coming up. I think I should grow a handlebar mustache. I don't know about that. Maybe I should just shave it all off, Eli. How about that? We got Jason Carpenter, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Jason? So good to see ya. We've got, who else? Who the heck else is in here? Yeah, Jamie remembers Davey Science Theater 3000. It's coming back. It's coming back, you guys. I know the folks that have been here since the OG days know what I'm talking about. Let's see what we got going on. Shoddy, I didn't mean to click on that. We're not going to talk about that here in the chat. I would appreciate it if you don't talk about that in the chat. Thank you so much. I would reach out to a friend through text and see what you think or they think you should do. Or you could ask Copilot. Deep Sea, the Deep Wing jumping on in. What's happening? Deep Wing, hope you're doing well. Yeah, you might want to do that. Okay, guys, what do you say we get this show on the road? How about it? One more reminder, hit the like button if you haven't already. Who's going to watch the movie along with me? I'm curious to know. Jump on into the chat. Let me know if you're going to be watching the film. We'll go ahead and get some polls going once I bring everything up over here. Okay, there we are. I'm going to be watching on Netflix, guys. So I just want to, so that way if you want to be on the same exact trajectory as I will be, then there you go. And let me make sure that the volume isn't going to blow my balls off. Okay, there we go. Subtitles on, all that good stuff. Shoddy thinks I should grow back the full beard. That's the look that I appreciate the most, Shoddy. So there you go. There you go. College is fun. The food's great. And I tried a mac and cheese pizza. All right. I've never had a mac and cheese pizza. I've had all sorts of pizza, but never had a mac and cheese. Netflix won't let me watch it. What? Are you serious? What happened? What happened? Oh, and you're going to be a guest on that one. And I know that they're doing that as well. I was like, that's why I didn't want to do that one on the weekend. That's why I was like, I'll knock this one out. Then it's a little bit of a longer time between, but somebody else has got to do the watch parties. And there's only like 4 or 5 Valentine's Day horror movies. So there you go. Nice stash. I'm going to the mall and eating solo at Applebee's on Valentine's Day. There you go. I'll be kicking it with you guys. You guys are all I have. So there we go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this rolling. Linda, you can click on the link that's in the chat and it'll take you to a website where you can watch it. So there you go. Okay, guys, let me just go ahead and bring that up. There we go. So my stopwatch is at 5 seconds. Once the film hits 5 seconds, I'll go ahead and push play again on that. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pause the music here. There we go. And we are going to get the movie rolling. Are you guys psyched? Are you pumped? Are you ready? Well, whether or not you are ready, we are going to start this thing, guys. This is, I almost said Valentine from 2001. Ooh, no, that's on Saturday. This is Heart Eyes from 2025 in 3, 2, 1, play. All right. There we go. The timer is started. The Sony logo is up on the screen and It is zooming at the screen and now it's off. There we go. Yeah, so guys, I have not seen this since the theater. So it's been a little bit. Uh, but like I said, I had a lot of fun with this one. I know it didn't make a lot of people's favorite movie of the year list or anything like that, but it was in my top 10 for favorite horror of 2025. Is like I'm curious to know if you're in the chat and maybe you didn't enjoy this movie. Um, do you think it was taking itself too seriously? Or what is it? This opening with like the what is this band? Lone Star? Is that the name of the band? Something like that? So they're leaning into like the cheese factor right away, but it seems so obvious that they're leaning into that. I am allergic to strawberries, so whenever I see that kind of thing in a movie, like people feeding strawberries in a sensual way to one another, it makes me feel queasy. This is the minefield that you walk like if you decide that you want to be married to somebody in today's world, every step has gotta be perfect, huh? Like, you've gotta the dating has gotta be perfect, you can't falter, your engagement has to be like, the proposal has to be absolutely perfect. There's a lot of pressure, um, for particularly one side to be absolutely perfect in today's dating world, it's wild. It's wild shit. Gotta love that it switches over to Pony there. It's already getting laughs here from me in the theater. Um, oh, and I think we're about to get our first kill here. The photographer's hanging out. They clearly shot this on a green screen. This does not look like it's at a real location. Maybe they did, and it's just odd lighting. Yeah, I guess this is the culture, huh? Yeah, oh, right through the camera and through the eye. That man, as far as stabbing kills go, I much approve of that one. Very much so. Jason Carpenter is celebrating 2 months of membership. Thank you so much, Jason. Really do appreciate you, bud. Thank you. Jamie, I just wanted to go back to this chat really quick. You have seen the movie before, though, have you? Or have you not? Curious to know. I'm guessing I'm not seeing your guys' new chats for whatever reason. Oh, there we go. And an Cupid arrow right through the forehead. Hell yeah. The speaker falling. I loved Hard Eyes unapologetically, says Jason Carpenter. Had a blast in the theater, seeing it in a packed theater last year on Valentine's Day. Hell yeah. It was pretty packed when I went as well, Jason. I went with my buddy John. Um, no, not like that. We didn't go, we just wanted to both see the movie. Okay. Leave me alone about it. I love the whole look here of the Heart Eyes Killer. That shot right there, like that symmetrical shot of her running down the little, the aisle of the I don't know, aisle of the winery. I would have liked to have seen a little bit of that, like a little bit more of that, actually. Sometimes one thing I notice about these movies is they don't sit and let moments breathe very long, but that's okay. This is the opening of a slasher movie, and they're trying to get the blood pumping. They're doing kind of a opening of Scream sort of thing where we're getting, our opening. I hear it's opening a whole bunch of kills, at least 2 so far. What's happening, Aaron? Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining us, man. There you go. Yeah, and you guys knew what was up though, right? High school sweethearts. So I think it's probably a little bit different. Yeah, for sure. I hate how so many things need to be have to be perfect for so many people nowadays. I miss imperfections being cool, and I miss individuality. Well, that for sure. As far as like personal imperfections go and all that, for sure. I think sometimes there's also just like a buddy, if you make one mistake, that's it kind of thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that within reason, people should be shown grace for sure. This is great right here. I mean, Heart Eyes Killer's got some aim, right? And I noticed that it's funny. I'm seeing it again, and it's making me realize, oh my gosh, I couldn't stop thinking about this in the theater when I saw this movie. Heart Eyes has like the most bow-legged walk. Like the Heart Eyes Killer, it's like he just got off a horse, riding a horse for days. How about that? Not seen Heart Eyes. Okay. Gotcha. Understandable, Jamie. Okay. Well, I hope I'll try not to spoil like I won't I don't know. I might say things that could be construed as spoilers. So I don't know if you want to hang out the whole time, Jamie. I'm not going to straight up say like uh name the character or anything like that, but I hope I don't spoil anything for you. But yeah, that'll be great. That'll be awesome to watch it with those guys on Chills and Thrills for sure. Aaron really likes Hard Eyes, but understands the criticisms. Lots of serious moments where the protagonist crack jokes. Yeah, yeah, but I feel like they're kind of setting that up here in the opening, like they're letting you know, like, hey, we are going to have kind of like the way I don't know if you guys ever saw Club Dread. Club Dread is like, well, we'll take the comedy will be treated like comedy, the horror will be treated like horror. And it seems like that's kind of what they're doing here with Hard Eyes. Like they definitely they're taking the horror part seriously. They're kind of taking the piss out of the rest of it. Yeah, that's odd, but you know what they'll do, Jason, is at some point the fans will want one or they'll do one for an anniversary. That's what I'm guessing. What's happening? We got Brett from Good Real Hunting, one of our great channel members, and Death Squad mods. Hope you're doing well, Bretty boy. Don't spoil your appetite for this movie on account of me, Brett. You and Jamie both can't do that. Can't be doing that. There you go. Yeah, she's letting you know. Okay. Well, I won't like my spoilers will be in general terms, especially since you're not watching it. Probably won't have as much of an idea. This is great here, this kill to close things out. Nice little blood explosion. I love a good blood explosion. I don't even know what this thing is because I've never done like a winery tour or anything like that, but I'm guessing that just rotates and crushes the grapes. That's what it looks like, except for it rotates and crushes this bitch. Yeah, the Hard Eyes Killer is a really cool design. I really dig it. I do. I'm hoping we get a sequel, guys. I mean, as far as I've heard, they have plans to make a sequel. But you know how these things can go. Just because they say a movie's happening doesn't mean that it's absolutely going to. Hell yeah, there you go, guys. The Real Horror Awards is going to be next Thursday, February 19th. Go on over to the guy's page and set that notification. Looks like it's all ready to go. HEK. HEK. Not one of these news guys has a mustache. Come on. Jason says you hit the nail right on the head on Hit the Bricks. It was just what it was advertised. People were just waiting to hate on it from the get-go. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's exactly. It's a solid, fun film. Let me go ahead and get a little poll going for you guys here. Good old Seattle. I lived in Seattle for a little bit, guys, in 2001. No, I don't. Oh, it's hilarious. That's right. Man, I don't know. Oh, no, that's her ex, okay. I don't think I've ever seen this woman in anything. This actress, what's her name? Olivia Holt? What is she from? Let me pull her up here. I'm such an old guy now, guys. A lot of performers I just totally miss out on. Oh, sh it looks like she's like a TV show, Cloak and Dagger, Kicking It. Okay, Totally Killer. Okay, so she's been in some shit. A lot of TV shows. Okay. I really like this chick, the woman who plays her friend. Is that Gigi Zumbato? Yeah, she is hilarious, hilarious. Gigi Zumbato. Fucking funny. But they have a nice little chemistry here, Mason Gooding and Olivia Holt. Coffee mates. Love the commentary from the guy. Everyone needs a friend the character that Gigi plays, Monica. Everyone needs a friend like Monica here in Heart Eyes that's gonna root you on throughout your romantic endeavors, right? Dude, the headbutts here, I think there's an even tougher one coming because I think there's more than one. Oof. Bloody nose. Yes, absolutely, it is the work of the Hard Eyes Killer. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, let's see. StreamYard is not giving me all your guys' chats, so let me jump in here. We got Raggedy Man hanging out, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Raggedy? Jason says, Davey, I was 15 at '01, never got around to seeing Valentine, but I remember it having an awesome soundtrack. I can't remember the soundtrack really. But those movies, yeah, they did a good job with like the having the pop rock stuff going on. Nanette, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being a channel member. Nanette's sharing a 6-month member chat. The timestamp is just right up in the corner there, Nanette. So just right there is our timestamp. That's not Andy McDowell, is it? It can't be, can it? Maybe it is, 'cause I'm not seeing that person. Let me bring up the cast and crew. Oh, her friggin' commercial is so bad here. Yeah, don't forget, guys, Devon Sawa's in this movie. Oh, yeah, and Jordana Brewster. Alright. Okay, so it's not her. I'm worried about your safety. Thank you so much, Nanette. Really appreciate you being a member. The accent, the Southern accent is so funny here. I think it's a bit over the top. Uh, in death. Mm. Although there are all sorts of flavors of Southern accents. It's true. It's true. And here we've got our perfect Hallmark moment here. Not only did they have their meet cute, but of course, he's the one that's been brought in to help her with her job because she's struggling. He's 25 and he's created all of the good advertisements you've ever seen. Damn. Thank you, baby Jesus. What a nice guy. Seems like a nice guy. We got the gritty cop duo of Hobbs and Shaw. Yes. The second Hobbs and Shaw we've seen in cinema history that I know of anyways. J JS. All right, so we've got our very first clue that they found regarding a possible identity of the Hard Eyes killer. And holy shit, the inside of that thing is a friggin' mess. Looks like a coffin for somebody like Pinhead with all that light coming through and all the blood all over the walls. Just looks like a kind of a comfy spot for him, like a nice little sleeping pod. Man, I don't know what's going on with StreamYard lately. Ugh. Gore is pretty top notch here in this one. Okay, so since StreamYard's being a butthole, I'm gonna just jump in and grab your guys' chats from over here. Um, oh, Nanette, I'm sorry to hear that you are feeling under the weather. I got sick right before the new year. It seems like everyone's getting sick to kick the year off here. I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Nanette. Appreciate you. We got Matt Facci in the house from Facci Cinema, one of our great Death Squad mods. Says he was just watching this today. It's so damn good. Yes. Mhm. Matt also says, I think Heart Eyes look is fantastic, and definitely this concept lends itself to sequels, which we are getting. Hells yeah. Yeah, I hope we get something, let's freaking get going here. Let's have it by next year. February 2027, clear the schedule. Let's get Hard Eyes 2 up in this piece. I wonder if they would come up with some creative, I don't know, subtitle sort of name for it. All right, let's see here. They're still going over all the comments from the friggin' from the advertising campaign. Um, don't spoil too much in here, Matt. Jamie has not yet seen the movie. She says she's not worried about spoilers, but I still wanna be nice to her about it. Um, yeah, and I think, hopefully the reveal is just better because I think everything else was pretty good here. Mm, true. Yeah, Aaron says you could easily do prequels to this since it's established that Hard Eyes has killed several times in the past. Um, I guess if there were a previous Hard Eyes killer, but now that we kinda, like, know, after this one. But yeah, I mean, there have been, multiple, massacres, so yeah, you could make a movie on any of those. I'm still not the biggest prequel guy. I would rather see what comes next than what came before. Um, but yeah, it's possible. I love that he's just his character is basically just like, "No, like, I was sent here to do a job. I don't care about your shit." Sugar daddy is problematic, but a sponsor is okay. Yeah, if you have a sponsor, then you might be something. Now, I'm not gonna tell you what you might be, but you might be something. She's so good. Gigi is so good in this. I've never seen let me see if I've recognized anything that she's been in. Because she's got like, so much, natural kinda energy and chemistry. So, she was in Bride Hard, which I heard nothing good about. She's in a couple TV shows, okay, The Lincoln Lawyer and DMV, okay. She was on Will Trent for an episode. So, really not much, um, but man, I think she needs to be in more shit here. Gigi Zumbato. She, like, keeps things moving along here. Um, she keeps things moving along here while we have just the standard, Hallmark, I'm worried about my job, new Hawkeye's trying to take my job plot here. We got Ghost in the Dark Kills joining us as well. Welcome on in. Says, "I'm excited for Scream 7 because 'cause it'll be rated R. Rated R, core and bloody, gore and bloody. All right, I'm hyped. I hope we can get a dark romance in the movie. Well, they usually put some sort of element of that in there, right? Yeah. I mean, there's no way Scream 7 wasn't gonna be rated R, right? So that's good. It's good to know, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited for Scream 7 as well. Let's see here. Who else do we have joining us? We got Stephanie Hinkle popping in. How are you doing, Steph? Thank you for joining us. We got Erica joining us as well. And look at that. Trash Box Mandy is hanging out as well. Welcome on in, ladies. Hope you all are doing all right, y'all. And Shoddy is back making his epic return. There you go. What is this? Oh, metal straw. Have you guys ever been to a restaurant that does a metal detector? Or I guess maybe it's happening just because of the heart eyes killer aspect of it all. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I wish I could pop your chats up here, but StreamYard is just, I don't know what's going on lately. So wait a minute. So she takes the straw out of the cup and uses her metal straw. It's like, well, the other straw still got used already. So, okay, whatever. Use your damn metal straw, lady. Some people are so particular, aren't they? All right, there we go. We got the dump of texts or of chats from from StreamYard. Thank you so much, StreamYard, for finally dumping some chats. Everyone's saying what's up to each other. There we go. Hey, I live in Phoenix. Shotty's been in a restaurant with a metal detector. That's wild to me. Like, I've walked in, like, clubs and bars that have done it, but just a regular like, a nice restaurant? Mm-mm. There we go. Jamie, I wouldn't eat anywhere that they have to metal detect me first, unless it's the White House. There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh, to love. I'm trying to think, like, the last time I actually, like, went out on Valentine's Day. I don't know. 2015? So it's that kinda neighborhood, huh, Shawty? Hard Eyes, are you watching right now, Nanette? I'm curious to know if you're watching. Yeah. Yeah, butterflies, jolt of lightning to the heart. Those things go away, unfortunately. I'm kinda with her. I think I'm on team Allie here that it's a farce. Yeah. Yeah, fuck all that shit. We got Nightmare Files hanging out with us. How are you doing, Nightmare? Thank you so much for joining us. There he found out that you were on the stream there, Erica. We got Gory Tiger jumping in. What's happening, Gory? I can tell there must have been a stream or 2 that just ended or something with a flood of people. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Um, I don't know. Did anything really get inspired by Valentine? I don't know. I think Valentine's really weak. Um, I mean, it's based on a book. I guess there is a whodunit element, but I don't know. I think I see more inspiration for Hard Eyes just through like, Hallmark movies and then just slashers. But I think the killers got I guess that's the good thing about, like, My Bloody Valentine, Valentine, and Heart Eyes is each one of the killers in these 3 movies looks totally different. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of samey shit going on with that. I love the look of actually, one of the things that I liked about Valentine was the look of the Cupid killer, but we'll talk more about that on Saturday when I watch that movie for Davey Science Theater 3000. I'm gonna make fun of that movie. like nothing else. Tell you what. Tell you what. Nice. Yeah, I don't pick up too much of like the Clueless kind of vibe, but romantic comedy, absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Trash box, hey. I love it. I think so. Yeah, I mean, the way they open up the movie is definitely an homage to that. Yeah. Ooh, we got our first charged moment between the couple here. Although I guess they're not really a couple, but we'll find out that that doesn't really matter because they look like a couple, and that's all that matters in the eyes of Heart Eyes. There you go. There you go, Ghost. It is nice to, give and get things on Valentine's Day, it is. That's the thing is I'm always just gonna, I'm always just gonna read it however I want to. Trash box, "Hey." The couple here, her ex and his new lady, they're pretty glib about the fact that their double date partners got killed by Hard Eyes. They don't seem too affected by it all. Um, Shoddy, hit me up with a DM and we could talk about it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. We get that montage is pretty fun. That is a pretty good one. This is a good track right here. What is this, like some '80s or '90s song? I don't recognize this one. Let me know, guys, if you recognize it. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, you gotta do it's all about the little things, especially if you're long distance or if you guys just happen to be long distance during the holiday, for sure. But you just kissed, no? Yeah, it's got some sorta '80s, mid to late '80s kinda vibe going on. Have you seen this movie, Mandy? Curious to know. Who here has been to Seattle? Let me know in the chat. There is a burger spot in the Seattle area. Technically, I think they've got one out in Spokane as well, but it's called Dick's Drive-In. Oh my gosh. Big old bag of dicks. It just doesn't get any better than that. Some of the best burgers I've ever had in my life, no joke. No joke. Probably forgot. Mandy, how is your head? How's your head doing? I hope it's doing alright. I hope you haven't had a headache in weeks and weeks and weeks. Oh, I've never been to Elenos Yogurt. Never been there. Seattle can be really fun, though. I mean, when I was living in the Portland area, I'd go up there to play shows, catch a ball game, stuff like that. But I also lived there for a little bit back in 2001. I think this night could get worse, and I think you're gonna find out pretty soon how and why. How about that? This is a terrible thing to have happen on a first date that you go back, you don't have your keys, you gotta break a window to get in. It's no good for anybody. Oh, that's sweet, Nettie. That's sweet. Place in Maryland called Dick's Halfway In, yeah. Oh, I would get a big old bag of dicks before the show and then a bag of dicks for the drive home after the show. That's how good Dick's Drive-In is. So fucking good. Makes In-N-Out just whenever I eat In-N-Out anyways, it's not that I dislike it, but I am like, if I pay extra, can I have some grease with my burger and fries? Like, is it so much to ask just for it to taste like a greasy burger and fries? Come on. Yeah, that's how most kids go to the theater now is they wear their Pikachu outfits or whatever the heck they're into now. Onesies. And she's got her clothes in the living room. Yeah, she's a mess, but whatever. Most of us are. I know I am. He just ducked down. He's gonna pop up and be like, "Surprise." I'm kidding. Gotta fix that hand. Oh, she's tweezing out some stuff. Okay. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Alright, well, StreamYard decided to bless me with, another bulk of chats here, so let me catch up. Headaches have dwindled. It sounds like you still have them, but not as much. Okay, that's a good improvement. Hey there, Quinn. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad to see that you're still a little bit active on YouTube, you know? Quinn, only you can, lay the path for your YouTube journey, so however you wanna do that. Sean dropping in a $5 Canadian super chat says, "I have to kick in for a great Canadian slasher like My Bloody Valentine, one of my favorites." Yeah, I really love that original My Bloody Valentine quite a bit. Not the biggest fan of the remake, like, it's fine, but I love the original. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sean. Really appreciate the 5. Yeah, guys, I have a super chat goal. If we, get 10 super chats of $2 or more, I'll hop on over to the Discord after this and we'll watch My Bloody Valentine from 1981. I can put the movie on the screen, all that fun stuff, and we can watch together if we reach that goal. Oh my God. How does the Hard Eyes Killer get in? And then for all of you who've seen the movie, have they done like a who killed who kind of thing in this movie? Um, just because as far as the identity of our killer goes, it opens up that possibility. Thanks again, Sean. Really appreciate you, man. Um, I did cover My Bloody Valentine 2 years ago on the channel, Sean. So if you wanna see my thoughts on the original and the remake and even that Valentine movie from '01, I did reviews of all of those movies 2 years ago. So you can check that out here on the channel if you'd like. Um, but it's okay. We'll save My Bloody Valentine. We'll do something with My Bloody Valentine this year since it's the 45th. We'll figure out something. I love how relentless the Hard Eyes Killer is here. The when he shoots that cab driver there, I was not expecting that shit. And again, the wide stance. It's like the Hard Eyes Killer has the biggest pair of balls and the just most gnarly cock ever, right? If he's walking that wide. It's a weird sentence to say, but he's got a very wide stance. It doesn't look comfortable, whatever's going on down there. Zach jumps in and says, "Thought I'd stop on in and say hello, wishing a happy Valentine's Day to everyone in the chat and to you too as well, Davey." Thank you so much, Zach. Really appreciate you, bud. Also loving the early 1900s financier mustache. Looks nice. Okay, so early 1900s financier. I've heard 70s cop, 70s porn star, 80s coke dealer, 90s cop. I've called myself the guy that wants to date your mom. What else do I look like? You guys tell me. 1900s financier mustache. I love that one. Thank you, Zach. That's hilarious. Okay, so we have we just saw the very first scene where we've got a chase scene here with Hard Eyes and our two leads. Um, this is when, watching the movie for the first time in the theater, this is when I was like really settling in and being like, man, we're already getting like a good old fashioned chase scene. Um, something that I think a lot of horror movies maybe wait a little bit longer, but we get a few of these or a few of those in this movie, which I think is pretty cool. Got some tension here. I love the dynamicism of like audio in a horror movie, like things getting loud and things getting quiet. Like it can be just as disturbing when things get quiet as when they get loud. Well, the East Coast could be really fun too, Nanette. I was born on the East Coast and lived out there for a little bit as well. It's always a blast to go back and visit. Hell yeah. Thank you for showing the love to Sean there, Erica. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like In-N-Out Burger. I would just rather have Whataburger or Dick's Drive-In. Like, there's a few places that I would pick over In-N-Out if I could. I gotta say, I love the machete. I know Jason uses the machete quite a bit, but I like that. He doesn't corner the market on this. There's a nice little scream there from Olivia Holt. I love those screams of like exasperation. Samara Weaving does a really good one in Ready or Not, where it's just kind of like this fuck everything scream. Just love it. Have a good one, Ghost. We'll see you next time around. Oh, what a cutie. Well, I hope you guys are having a good night, Mandy. Oh, geez. What I need to do is Seattle PD, baby, fuck yeah. Um, I need to send them a message at the end of this stream because I've been meaning to do that and I've totally forgotten. My last stream, sometimes the chats are fine, and then every now and then it's just all stopped up like this. But that's messed up of them to take money from you, um, if you're, not don't have an active account. Haven't seen it. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta talk some shit over there. And they're really expensive, but I'm grandfathered in, so I'm still paying like 25 bucks a month, but I know a lot of people are paying like 40 bucks or something like that. Maybe even more. What's happening, Corey? How are you doing, man? Thank you so much for jumping on in. I hope you are doing well. Oh, do a Ned Flanders thing? Yeah. Hens love roosters, geese love gander, or geese love ganders. Everyone else loves Ned Flanders, right? Yeah, he was actively running away from one. So I mean, he could be involved, but I don't think so. Nokily dokily. Heidi ho, neglectorinos. There's a whole bunch of great, feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Stupid sexy Sanders. White Cleveland Brown.
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be right back in my hometown with my new family. There's old friends and new friends, and even a bear. In good times, in bad times, it's true love we share.
It's a fun voice. I look like a restaurant manager who might be concerned about the lack of flair that some employees wear. That is very accurate. Yeah. Hmm? Okay, so more flair then? Well, Montrese, what's happening? Thank you so much for jumping on in, man. We are just watching Heart Eyes from 2025. Um, right now our guy Mason Gooding playing Jay is really getting a little fed up with Devon Sawa's character here. I can't remember if Sawa is Hobbs or Shaw. Um, he's one of them. Let me see if I can get well, it's not listed on the at the very top of the IMDb, so I'm giving up already. How about that? Jigsaw jumping in. What's happening, Jigsaw? Welcome on in. Hope you are doing well. There we go. Nanette thinks I look like Dewey from Scream. And even so, yeah, if I did that, if I like shaved it down to there, I'd look even more like Dewey. And then if I like made it a little bit smaller, his mustache is like a little smaller, right? It's a little less pronounced. Yes, everybody make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the stream. It helps us be seen by other people looking for a little something fun to watch. So here Jay is still getting, interrogated by the police. Devon Sawa has left. Jordana Brewster's character, I believe she's Shaw. Um, she's sitting here really grilling Jay, thinking that he's the hard ice killer because he happened to be working in some of the other cities where things were going down. Oh, Jay, are you in on it? You might be. Davey, have you ever eaten at A&W? My big brother owns one of them in Saskatchewan. I have, yes. I liked it just fine. I really like the root beer, like the fresh root beer. I'm a big root beer fan and cream soda. So yeah, I dig that. Saskatchewan. I've never been to Saskatchewan, Sean. Saskatchewan, Sean. Saskatchewan. There we go. But I've read about it because I've read a couple of the Farley Moat books. I read what was it? Owls in the Family, and then the one about his dog. I can't remember the name of the one about the dog. It was like it's something like the dog that no one would have or something like that. But he grew up in Saskatoon and would write about how flat Saskatchewan is. I love that. Yeah. I'm just going to ask out some random person at the police station that looks like they've been through something. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. So you want me to wear more flair then? Well, I love that he's like, I want you to want to wear more flair. I love that whole vibe of that scene. 45 bucks a month. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. Never. Never, never. All right, guys, don't hate me, but I'm gonna hit my pen. Little wedding cake. Very fitting, right? For a pre-Valentine's Day watch party. Man, Mason Gooding, I'm curious to see him in some other stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love watching him in horror movies. I think he's a really charming performer. I'm curious to see, like, where his career could go. you know? Because I think he's got the chops to do whatever. Like, I think he could be a legit star, like a mainstream star for sure. Um, Hopefully that doesn't mean that he would have to like be in some bullshit movies, although usually that's what that means. But I think he's charming enough just to, throw this guy in some good shit. All right, got another dump of messages from you guys. Let's see here. Um, yeah, sometimes errands hide from me as well, Mandy. That could be a setting that Aaron has. Because I noticed that where I'm like, I have to do the all live or just live chat or whatever to see Aaron's, and I'm like, that's so funny because Aaron and I engage with each other in the comments section. So I'm like, why would YouTube think that I wouldn't want to see his chats? So that's curious. But I run into the same thing. Hey Zach, thank you so much. There's only a couple things I can say in a Homer-ish voice. Everyone tries to do their own Homer, right? Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, me too, Mandy. Me too. I hear you. I hear you. If you curled the ends of your mustache, you'd look a hell of a lot like J. Bruce Ismay. I don't know who that is. Guess I'd have to look that up. I'm the cop in Weapons. That's what it is. That's what it is. Mhm. Um, that is Alden Ehrenreich, right? The cop from Weapons was the guy that played Han Solo in the Solo movie. Hey, I could dress up as Dewey for a, convention. How about it, Nanette? This movie, so I'm noticing there is this, like, the color grading is really interesting here, and I haven't noticed it throughout, but every bit that's here in the police station, there is, like, this deep sea green kind of overlay, and I'm wondering if that's just because it's complementary to, like, the red, green and red are sort of like, they stand out, um, against one another, but there's also a deep, like, ocean blue, so we've got some, like, ocean tones going on in the color scheme here, or just the timing, whatever they did, and it could be something that they added in post. Um, okay, let's see what else you guys are saying. Yeah, Hardee's is great, and they call them Carl's Jr. in a lot of places, but I think Hardee's and Carl's Jr., at this point, have the same menu other than maybe some regional options that are different. Yeah, Hardee's is great. I lived in Montana, in Bozeman for a little bit, and there was a Hardee's there. Loved it. Loved the, sliders and the crisp cut fries. You could tell the movie, they must have saved a good amount of money here by, shooting all of this in this, set up police department because, man, we're here for a while in this movie. And there we go, Heart Eyes has yet another victim. They kinda get around the impact with the lighting and everything, that's cool with the flashlight on the ground, but a nice little blood splatter that they had right there. I love when the eyes light up, yeah, and this, like, night vision, the love vision, version of night vision, I wanted to see this more in this movie, especially the lit up eyes, and I understand, like, Hard Eyes only needs to do that when it's, like, dark, but the way the advertising was and the pictures of Hard Eyes has them all lit up, I really hope that in a sequel that they just realize those things need to be lit up as much as possible. Light them up in post if you have to, like, you know, the killer has such a cool look. Little bit of, like, a Joker smile, head looks like a football. Uh, I look a bit like a 1970s motorcycle cop. Alright, there you go. You have any idea how fast you were driving today, ma'am? Just give me some aviators, you know? I look like a the cop from Sleepaway Camp before he has the fake mustache on, right? Early 80s, yeah, somebody from, one of the earlier Friday the 13th sequels, right? Brutal winters in Saskatchewan. Yeah, you grew up in Alaska, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, when you guys, your provinces, a lot of those provinces, they're so, there's a lot of latitude within the province, right? A lot of north and south, not as much east and west as north and south for a lot of those provinces. So you could live, depending on where you live in Saskatchewan, you probably could be north of where I lived. Man, Devon Sawa Hobbs just gets it right in the store. Love the blood splatter here. I think it's a creative way to, like just like how every horror movie doesn't need to be, trying to make some grand point and they can just be fun and entertaining, like a popcorn movie like Hard Eyes is. Not every horror movie has to be like ridiculously bloody as well. So, um, I kinda like when there's some dynamicism within the gore. Look like Uncle Rico. Yeah. Fuck. I'm, like, I'm right now, so when my eyes are like that, guys, I'm looking at my picture in picture, and that's why I'm, like, looking at the monitor and being like, "Shit." But what if I do, like there we go, then it looks handlebar. I like that look with this mustache. It really kind of accentuates the frown, like, I am none too pleased. Oh, mustache. Will you ever learn? Now this is a tough spot to be in here. Chained up to the table. Hard Eyes is right fucking there. I can see that as well, Aaron. Yeah, action movie. Yep, definitely. Break him away from the romantic kind of stuff. He could easily do that, but I also think, yeah, he could be, action movie star, um, comic book movie, something like that. There you go. I'm about to audition for Chips. That's right. That's something that I have to, like, set every time I go into a chat, Aaron. So sometimes I'll see somebody say, "Hey, Aaron," and I'm like, "Oh my god," and it does it all the time, and I have no idea why. It will randomly do that to people. I have no idea why. I'm like, you would think that it would somebody that's subscribed to my channel, who we like each other's comment posts and chat back and forth, you'd think that they would just, you know, let us do our thing. The humor is great in this movie. It really does work. Yep, there we go. Super Troopers. Yep. Yeah. Leader of Cola. Um, oh, gotcha. Bruce Ismay was the president of White Star Line. Okay. I really love this scene. And this is just like an extent, we had a little chase scene and then a bit of a calm down scene in the police station, but only for a bit more. And then the chase is back on. So I applaud Hard Eyes for putting a lot of chase in the film. They're not trying to figure out the lore of the character and why he's doing what he's doing. They're just having to deal with him immediately being in front of them, and trying to kill them actively. He's just going around killing random people. I was getting big Jason Voorhees vibes in the theater watching this scene where I was like, man, he is just going for whoever. Whoever's an easy target, just go for it. Hardee's used to be Burger Chef back in the day. Hmm. I've never heard of Burger Chef. This mustache is the Del Griffith. I like me. My wife likes me. No, not neither one is true. I am not married and I don't like me. Ramathorn. There we go. They look like all the Super Troopers in some way, don't I? Doing the enhance on the looking at the monitor, enhance. Trying to catch up with your guys' chat since StreamYard won't drop them for me. Let me see. Mason Gooding could be T'Challa's son in Black Panther. Did they do anything like that with Black Panther? I don't even know. Um, yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do with that series. Just gonna have to reboot it or something? Hmm. See, and now we're back to this kind of for those of you that are watching along, you'll know what I'm talking about. We're kind of back to this, like, ocean water color, this, like, deep sea green kinda color. A little bit of blue in there. She's telling the story of her parents' romance, and this couple is still just going at it in the back seat. Soft rhythmic slapping is what the captions say. Oh my gosh. Come on, StreamYard, give me another, batch of chats that I can react to here. I do have a, goal set. Thank you for, mentioning that there, Erica. Oh, Jamie says the way you're talking about the color in this movie is making me excited to watch it. I love color theory. Have you seen Jamie, have you seen Strange Darling? The color in that one, I really loved. We got Ben Grimm in the house. What's happening, Ben? Says they made Shuri the Black Panther at the end of the last one. Oh, okay. How convenient. All right, there we go. The mask is fun in this movie, Erica. I dig it. Oh my god. This couple in the back of the van. This is hilarious. Man, they are getting into it. I have a shortish beard, but I'm growing the opposite ends of my mustache, and I sometimes style it curly style. I feel like an IPA drinking hipster. Here we've got one of our marquee kills that was in the trailer. Although they don't show it as much as they do there. But that is the double kill with the tire iron. That's incredible. And I mean, this is like we've wanted to see this kind of thing. Now we have Hard Eyes doing it, but we've wanted to see this from like Jason and all sorts of slasher characters. So we've, finally have a movie that's an original property that does some of these things. And it's still, there were people that were, I don't know, hated this movie. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. We got our great channel member there, Ben Grimm, joining us. They just had the Wilhelm scream about 5 seconds ago. It's always great to catch. Yeah, Strange Darling is incredible. The color is and, like, the Giovanni Ribisi does the camera work, Jamie, and his cinematography work is, incredible there. So I'm like the president of the guy that was responsible for the Titanic, disaster, and I'm also John Wilkes Booth. I love it. Oh, it's great. What's happening, Joel? Hope you're doing well, man. Another really good needle drop, you know? Speaking of needles, the Space Needle is there in the background, so yet another needle drop. All this mayhem going on all around them as they walk in slow motion. I love it. Exactly. Exactly. Someone's got to. I am the Davil. Believe in the Davil, you know? Yeah, that's really sad news. Um, that's really sad. I remember, like, like, the announcement and everything, it was just, whatever, 9 months ago. Very quick work, unfortunately. It's really sad. I only knew him I mean, obviously, like, I never watched Dawson's Creek, but I'm aware of it. But just little, like, bit parts that I've seen him in. I did see what was it? Rules of Attraction? I did see that one. But, yeah, I'm not so familiar with his work, but it's very, very sad. Man, that, like, sound design, the hit with, like, the brief silence and then the feedback, it's a good effect. Yeah, it's a great opening scene. And then we've even got so here, we're at the point where when I watched the movie the first time, I'm like, "Is this the end of the movie? Like, this is it?" But we're only, like, an hour and 8 minutes in. I'm like, "This there we it can't be the end of the movie already." Unless they do some sort of Stranger Things addendum at the end. This is very true, Erica. Barf's all over him. Oh, god. I don't know why it cracks me up so much. Um, I laugh so hard in Send Help for a similar kinda reason. Oh my gosh. Time to take the mask off and see who this bish is. Oh, man, 3 cast members from Varsity Blues have gone? Wow. Marked safe from the Heart Eyes Killer. You can, share that on your social media here in a few days. Yeah, I never watched, Varsity Blues. Never seen that one, but I have seen Not Another Teen Movie, which has a large part of that plot. There you go. Mark safe from the Heart Eyes Killer, AKA I'm single. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, this is the point in the movie where I was like, "Oh, this shit ain't over." Like, this shit ain't over, and if I were one of these 2 people, I would not trust this person. Mm-mm, don't trust. Don't trust her. I would not trust. I'm like, nah, I'll just go from here. I don't need a police escort. There it is. Saw that in the theater. Single, not looking to mingle, says Jigsaw. Yeah, just keep me away from all that stuff, right? It came out, I think, when I was in high school, Varsity Blues, but I just wasn't interested. Don't worry, she's not my type. You're getting in the front seat. No, don't get in that car at all. Don't do that. Yeah, now you're back to just being a regular person. So wait, the police don't even wanna do anything with her. She's wearing like, her clothes are evidence, right? Something about this does not smell right. Doesn't pass the smell test. Who is this? David Gray or something? One of these shaky voiced singers, male singers? What is this guy even doing? "Hey, hey, ho. Hey, hey, ho." Like, you call this shit singing? The movie's had some good needle drops, but I am hating on this song, yes. I don't like that style of singing. I'm gonna be a grump about it, okay? Oh, yeah, Monica. See, that's a fair gripe too in this movie, is they don't break up that big set piece or those couple set pieces, but that big sequence just with the 2 main characters. Because Monica's great. It would've been nice to have her peppered in, at least in one more spot, but hopefully we get her in a sequel. One of the 10 things I hate about you. Yes. This is a lot, but they have only known each other for 1 day, Monica, so, slow your roll a little bit. I like that she's just kind of in her dress down jammies too. I like that. It's a good look. The music is sort of like giving me, like, Home Alone vibes or something. I'm like, what's like a Christmas movie? It looks like it's gonna be delayed another year, unfortunately. So many of those people are busy, with other pieces of their career. Yeah, sucks. And I don't think we're getting Terrifier 4 this year either. You know, I guess Luigi, because 'cause I'm 6 feet tall and I'm not too rotund, but I'm not in excellent shape or anything. I don't know. I don't think I'm big enough to be Mario. How about that? So, for those of you who have not seen the movie, I'm gonna try to do my best to talk and not spoil anything as we go on here. But just be warned that we are now entering the finale phase of Heart Eyes, we are going to get our killer reveal, and I cannot be held responsible if I blurt something out that could potentially spoil the movie for you. Okay. However, if you're watching along, I will wait until that thing happens before I comment on it. So if you're watching along and it's your first time, I won't spoil it ahead of time. Does that make sense? All right. Jamie's husband says I look just like Tom Selleck. There we go. There we go. Um, yeah, I can see it. I can see it for sure. And it's this guy? Hmm. Yeah, exactly. We're like, who are you? Remember? Yeah, I played such a big part in the movie. Um, so I've got like a bit of a Magnum PI sort of thing going on. Is that what hubby is saying there, Jamie? There we go. Yeah, put on my horror Hawaiian shirt. Compliment. Heck yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah, Sean. Yeah, Valentine is rough. I am gonna have some fun ripping into it for sure. Oh yeah. I did that too when I was a kid, Aaron. I did as well. Yep, couldn't tell the difference. Kinda gross, weird display of affection here as they, reveal themselves as the killers. So, one of these killers here, I'll make it so there's no spoilers. The killer that's on the left there, I kind of predicted that because their initials matched the initials on the ring that was found earlier in the film. The other guy that is the killer here, I just sort of rolled my eyes because I'm like, of course it's the guy that's there for like 15 seconds. Um, yeah. And then the guy from the drive-in theater was just some random person that they knew. It's wild like that. Oh, Eli, don't talk bad about my guy Eli like that. Come on. Come on now. Oh, so they kind of okay. Oh, so they're breaking it all down, right? So I forgot about this. They are literally just telling Allie, like, "Hey, I'm the one that killed this person," and then the other person saying who they killed. So they're just going back and forth. I do think this finale is like a little too campy. However, I guess the movie is kind of campy anyways. But there's something about the ending that just seemed a little like try hard for me. I don't hate the ending. I just think that they could improve on that for sure. They could improve on the reveal. Oh, they're like, "We knew that you guys had boners for each other because we saw the way you kissed, and yeah, I know love when I see it, okay? So you guys are in love." So I guess, on the one hand, Hard Eyes has, they're very perceptive, the people that are the Hard Eyes killer. Pick it up. Pick up that damn gun. And you guys can see also there is that again, I'm seeing that like deep ocean green, you know, mixed with the red and then some yellows and oranges with the fire there. It is a really good palette of colors. Watch, Jamie is gonna see it and be like, "What the hell's Davey talking about? He's colorblind. That's not what's going on." Mhm, mhm, mhm. I don't know. What do you guys think of this finale? You guys let me know in the chat. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Hate to tell you, girl, but the storybook thing just doesn't exist. Yeesh. Oh, I've never seen the Neon Demon. I'll have to check it out. I've watched like 39 movies this year that I've never seen before. I've watched other movies too, yes. Like I've seen this before, right? Um, but I've watched 39 movies that I've never seen before this year. It's been a lot of fun. I'm very active on Letterboxd. So, oof, got her right in the tummy. Very active on Letterboxd, and there's a link down below. So if you guys want to follow me down there or over there, then jump down to the description, click that link, and you can see more of my movie opinions on movies over there. I've watched like over it's like 2060 movies in my life that I've logged so far. All right, I'll add it to the list. How about it, Jamie? I literally have a spreadsheet. Although I guess Letterboxd can just like keep that information and I can just go to like a watch list. I think I can do that over there. So I might be doing like double work. We'll see. I'll see. I'm still loving the machete. It's got a really nice sharp looking edge. Like the prop looks beautiful. I love that we're just seeing some, machete action. Dude, that is fucking gnarly. I don't even wanna say what we're looking at. Some of this stuff I forgot, like all the details and everything, but this oh my god. Okay, so here's what I'll say. The reveal part of the finale, I think the reveal gets a little corny and stuff. I like the fighting that we're seeing. Um, like the direction and the editing and the effects are all really good. Good choreography. And like resourcefulness from our final girl and final guy. Especially there's a certain item that comes back here in this scene that we just saw get put to use. That's a cool little callback to one of the first scenes in the film. So yeah, maybe I was being a little too harsh on the finale. I mean, I like the movie and everything. I just thought this was one of the weaker moments. This is great too. Oh, the blood explosion on our hero. Love it. John says there's so many horror movies, especially 80s and 90s that I haven't seen. I'm so jealous. So many great movies ahead of you. Yeah, I'm trying to watch 365 movies I've never seen before. So even if it's not horror, I'll still log it. That is a friggin' gnarly, awesome kill. and she looks cute in sweatpants. So there you go. Effects are really top notch, man. That is the practical effects pretty killer there. That was a really good prop head that they just used. Zach wants me to go watch the Crocodile Hunter collision course. I bet that's pretty fun. Of course. Of course, we had to have one final little scare there. Ooh. That melty look is wild. I love that. I love that. I think I like this movie more on a second watch. This is just the second time I've watched this, and I'm enjoying it even more. This is an easy movie to watch. Not really much I can hate on. Of course, every movie you watch, you could like gripe about this or that or whatever, whatever. But man, I really dug this on the second time through. Let's see how the real ending happens here. There we go. We get our 1 year later. Okay. I knew we had a little addendum here. Yeah, Steve Irwin's pretty badass, man. Rest in peace. I've just got so Zach, I have so many on my list right now. Um, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, we've got the work party a year later on Valentine's Day, and our couple is a couple. How about it? To love. Ew. Gross. Back at the drive-in. Interesting choice. Very interesting. Don't have a freak out on me, okay? I like it. Too cute. I didn't know they did that for house keys. Not good enough. The key is not good enough. That's what's going on here. Allie has her eyes on bigger things here. Bigger things, right? Harder things. Throbbing things. It's not like that, guys. I'm the one being dirty. The movie is being sweet. Damn. It's a Sadie Hawkins romance. How cute. What a sweet little ending, huh? What a sweet ending to this one. Another good needle drop here. Like, I'll take all the soul music you got, you know? Love that production. But we need a sequel to this movie, I think. Yeah. Well, Nettie, they have essentially said that, yeah, we're gonna get another one, but, you know, anything can change between now and then, so hopefully everything goes well and we do get another Hard Eyes film. But yeah, guys, there we go. That is Heart Eyes from 2025. That was directed by Josh Rubin. It was written by Philip Murphy, Christopher Landon, who is a name we all know, and Michael Kennedy. How about it? I think they did a great job. I enjoyed it even more. How about I open up my Letterboxd and see if I need to make an adjustment. Maybe I need to make an adjustment on my ranking here, or my star rating. Let's see what we got. There we are. Heart Eyes. What did I give this thing? When I only gave it 3 stars. Guys, I'm bumping Heart Eyes up to 3.5 stars. I might even bump it up again after another watch, but I think 3.5 is pretty all right. I think that's a good spot for it. I try not to get like too crazy with my star rankings. I really do try to save 5-star movies for like my, the tippy toppy of my favorites. So yeah, there we go. Holy crap. We just watched Hard Eyes. We kicked off the Valentine's Day week here with a little Hard Eyes love. So that was fun. I had a good time with you guys. And you're gonna get a lot more of me here this week as well, because this Friday I'll be back, live audience ranking of the different iterations of Jason Voorhees. Then we're gonna watch the Friday the 13th remake after that, so it'll be 2 separate streams. But those are both on Friday the 13th, starting at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern. And then at about 1:15 Eastern, I know, about 11:15 out here for me in the Arizona desert, I'm going to be hopping on with Shay Rants because he's doing a Friday the 13th. It's a Scream marathon on Friday the 13th. So I'll be watching Scream 5 with him. So you guys are going to get plenty. I'll be back for Davey Science Theater on Saturday as well. We're going to rip into Jamie Blank's Valentine from 2001. So yeah. Friggin' David Boreanaz in that movie. David boring all of us. That's what I like to call him. Antonis Andriotis asks, what do you think of the killer reveals in Heart Eyes? I think it's the weaker part of the movie. Like one of them was totally, 2 of them are pretty much out of nowhere, and then the other one I kind of saw coming because of the initials. And just the whole, like, I don't know. I felt like that was the part where there just wasn't as much, like they didn't have much to say there. But I did like the final battle. I dug that. That was fun. Let's see here. Davey, what is your favorite Valentine movie? I think like the original My Bloody Valentine. I don't think you can really beat that one, with the crop that we have now. My buddy Lee from Drum Dums had mentioned one called X-Ray. I think Hospital Massacre is another name that it goes by. It is also a Valentine's Day horror movie. I put it on and I got like 35 minutes in, and man, it was like so slow. It's from 1980, I think. Maybe it was 80 or 81, and it was just really snail's pace. It didn't have any kind of rhythm, and I get it, it's an early slasher, but it was slow even for an early slasher. So maybe I'll finish it just because that way I can check it off my list. And I only have like an hour left of it or whatever. But I would say the original My Bloody Valentine, and I think this one, Hard Eyes, I think is a really close second for me as far as favorite Valentine's Day themed horror movies go. Yeah, for sure. You are so very welcome, Sean. Thank you so much for being a channel member. Really do appreciate it, man. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I think that might be it. I'll just wrap this one up, but don't worry, I will be back on Friday. Sean, I watched It Follows. Oh my gosh, you guys, I finally watched It Follows. I'll probably shoot a little short review of it. I think that's what I'm going to try to do for you guys, since I don't do regular reviews. Just do, a bunch of little movie reviews, 2-minute movie reviews after I watch them for the first time. I think that could be a fun way of doing that. Yeah, Tom is jumping in. What's happening, Tom? I did. I watched it that night, Tom. I think it was, what was it? Sunday night after the Super Bowl. I did my late stream over here, and then I watched It Follows right after. And I really liked it a lot. The sound design, the music, the cinematography and the shot compositions, like they all just brought this really cool atmosphere to the film. I liked the like 1980X kind of look, you know, like of everything. The hairstyles, most of the vehicles. I think I saw like a 90s Aerostar in there somewhere. And I don't know what What's-Her-Face was reading on, because I don't think they had anything like that in the 80s, but maybe they did and I just don't know about it. But yeah, really enjoyed It Follows. And yeah, they need to, you know, stop talking about the sequel and make it already. But also I think it's a story that doesn't need a sequel, really. I'm totally there if they make one. Shit or get off the pot, you know what I mean, guys? I know, guys. It's been a long time coming. Holy cow, guys, for reals, you guys have probably been telling me over a year and a half to 2 years that I need to watch that movie, and I finally did. I tell you what. And if you go over to my Letterboxd, that link should be in the description. If you go over there, you can look. I've been very accurate and on top of like the movies that I'm watching this year, like putting a date on when I'm watching them, so you can look through and see what I've watched recently, if you care about that kind of thing, or not even care if you're just curious. I don't think anyone really cares. Jason Carpenter says the OG My Bloody Valentine came out today, 45 years ago, back in 1981. I've never seen it either, but I'm going back to that and Valentine. Hard Eyes takes the crown, though, for me at least. Yeah, Jason, if you've never seen My Bloody Valentine, you should watch that tonight. Celebrate the 45th anniversary tonight by watching that one. It's good, man. I really like it a lot. I mean, it's a slasher from 1981, but it's got some good gore. I love the chemistry that the cast has. Yeah, I really dig it. It's a shame it didn't get a sequel, and it's perfectly set up for a sequel. So, yeah, it's too bad. Do I plan on seeing the Super Mario Galaxy movie in April? Yes. I really enjoyed the first Mario movie, and I want to see another one. And, hopefully I can go watch it in like 3D IMAX or something like that. So I've got that AMC A-list. I will take advantage. Like, with Scream, I'm going to watch it on IMAX the Thursday that it comes out. I'm still hoping I'll be able to see a press screening of Scream 7. But if I can't, either way, I'll go see it on Thursday in IMAX. And then I want to watch it in the Dolby theater as well, because I love the audio experience in the Dolby theater. It Follows setting was purposely vague to give a sense of off-kilterness. Probably not a word, but you get my drift. Yeah, for sure. No, it was 1980X is kind of what it reminded me of, for sure. Yeah, the score is really great. I mean, everything. The sound is not, like, I just think the way the audio and visuals worked, it was a really, really cool atmosphere and surrealism to the film. Tom says, awesome. I'm glad you liked it. Also, you can always do your reviews in the live stream and then upload them as a short if you don't have time to do full reviews. That is true, and I've done stuff like that before, Tom. However, when it comes to my like shorts and stuff, like I'm not like a perfectionist, but I'm like, if I'm going to review a movie, I would like to just be able to have like 10 minutes to shoot a little review and then spend some time editing it. But yes, definitely. I've done that before, like on a live stream where like, guys, I'm going to review these 2 movies and I just go for it. It's true. It's very true. Jason says, Davey, I got the second to last Ghostface bloody face at my Cinemark yesterday. Heck yeah, man. Way to go. Got to get those popcorn buckets. I do not collect those because I have a lot of stuff already. But yeah, they look really cool. I think the AMC one looks really cool. The one where it's like Ghostface like breaking in through the door. I really like that one. The bloody one is cool, don't get me wrong, but I really like the AMC ones. Pretty dope looking. There you go. My Bloody Valentine is on Amazon Prime Video and Pluto TV. I even found a link. So I've never watched the unrated cut of My Bloody Valentine, but I found a link on Reddit that has that unrated cut. So that's what I'm going to watch tonight. Because I guess I can count it as a movie I've never seen before, because technically there's 3 minutes I've never seen. So yeah, there you go. Oh, yes. About me being, yeah. Well, nothing's ever perfect, so I can't, But yeah, I know that if I tried to do that with my live stuff, Tom, I would go back and I'd be like, dude, you forgot to say that, or what, you know what I mean? I would like pick it apart. But yeah. But I do like, you'll notice if you check out my shorts, you'll notice that some of them are pulled from live streams, and I do like how that works, I hate that the resellers are buying all the merch now before the movie even comes out. If my theater has none left, I'm going to be pissed. That's the thing about these buckets and all that stuff, is you have to go like as soon as they release it, you have to go and get one. Yeah. There you go. Mission to see My Bloody Valentine tomorrow night, though. Spurs game on right now. Well, yes, you have to have your priorities. That's for sure. Have to have your priorities. I was actually telling Jason, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the movie. I figured you'd have the movie since you like it so much, Davey. I don't own a copy of My Bloody Valentine. I don't think. I don't think I do. I just went like with all the tumult in my life over the last like year and a half. I've been doing a lot less spending. I'll just say that. So there are things like little trinkets and little like stuff that I would like to have. I'm just not doing that very often. So yeah, but I need to watch that unrated cut. Yeah. So, hey, how about it? Look at that. About 2 hours of a stream right there. Not so bad, if I do say so my damn self. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. Jigsaw, not a fan of popcorn, let alone a fancy bucket. Well, there you go. Nothing to worry about there. I am a huge popcorn fan. I don't always get popcorn at the theater, though. Not always. It's an occasional thing for me. But yeah, you guys have been amazing. This was such a fun night. I loved Hard Eyes even more watching it the second time than I did the first time. Maybe I do need a copy of the film. I don't know. Maybe I do. But I will be back on Friday. You're going to get 2 streams from me on Friday, one at 9 p.m. Eastern, one at 11 p.m. Eastern, and then I'll be back on Saturday. I believe that's 10 p.m. Eastern. I can't even remember, but we're going to make fun of Valentine from 2001. I'm so pumped. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for kicking it with me. Shout out to the Patreon members and YouTube channel members, and of course, our amazing group of Death Squad mods. You all are so beautiful. Really do appreciate everything that you do. I love all you guys so much. I know I don't say that enough, but I mean it. And you guys are all collectively my Valentine this weekend, whether you like it or not. So you're just going to have to deal. That's just the way it's going to go. All right. So yeah, you guys know how we end these things. Until next time, I've been and will continue to be Mustachio Davey Deathray. Take care.